Hi, my name is Sarah. I live in Ann Arbor, and my question is about Michigan's roads. Although I grew up in Michigan, I spent about 10 years living in Massachusetts. And when I lived out east, I never ever experienced the amount of road construction or poor road conditions that we experience in Michigan. And it makes me wonder, why are the roads so bad here? Are other states with similar climates doing something that we aren't when it comes to their roads? Are we doing it wrong? I could seriously go on about this.
I mean, talking road construction is about as Michigan as it gets, right? It's like public service every time some Michigander posts a TikTok about a pothole hotspot.
Yo, Detroit, I need y'all to be warned. Coming off Grassroots to 75 right there, there's a huge pothole. I just hit it, busted my tire over here. 5 minutes later, that car that's...
Extra credit if someone blows out a tire while you are making your pothole video. And seriously, where else in the lower 48 does a two-term governor get elected campaigning on road quality? In commercials?
As governor, I want to focus on the things that will actually make a difference in people's lives right now, like fixing the damn roads and doing it the right way.
On the debate stage?
That's why I say it's time to fix the damn roads. Speaking with
and endlessly on the socials.
Damn roads. We're going to fix the damn roads. Just fix the damn roads. Fix the damn potholes.
We could make a case that road repairs are Michigan's unifying political issue. But why, though? This is On Hand, a podcast answering your questions about all the Michigan things. I'm April Baer. As we investigate today about the construction on all the damn roads, there's one thing you need to hear. And I know you may not want to hear it. Yes, Michigan's roads have problems, but funding for road maintenance is a national issue. The Federal Highway Trust Fund is shrinking. Inflation is definitely a big part of the problem. Fuel economy improvements in our vehicles have been great, and we do have more EVs on the road these days, but Congress has not figured out a way to make up the lost gas tax revenue from all those three things. And every state, not just Michigan, every state feels the consequences. That said, Michigan has had structural problems with road funding, which is why road crews here have so much work to do, and why sometimes Michiganders take matters into their own hands.
Hi, my name is Maritza Garibay, and I live in Hamtramck, Michigan.
Maritza is a musician and a music educator. She drives to Detroit every day to teach and conduct.
So, the roads.
Gosh, the roads. Potholes and poor maintenance. Endless construction. I've definitely lost a few tires and potholes. The first car that I bought, I had to replace the suspension. That particular season, the potholes were so brutal, I just totally wrecked my vehicle.
A lot of us like to talk about the endless road construction problems, but Maritza actually did something.
In the summer of 2015, a group of Hamtramckans came together and started the Hamtramck Guerrilla Road Crew. We pitched in some cash and bought, I don't know, probably 10 or 15 bags of cold patch. That first weekend, we got together and I think Lumpkin was the first street that we filled. From there, it just kind of gained traction. We started a Facebook page, and our friend Jesse started a GoFundMe, and it just took off. What do they say? It's easier to ask for forgiveness than to beg for permission. That's kind of, I guess that was our motto.
Maritza says she knew the group wasn't going to be able to fix all the road hazards, but they were getting some city attention. And more importantly, they made folks feel like they could do something about the problems that were driving everyone nuts.
I think my biggest takeaway was just about community. There were people from all different parts of the Hamtramck community coming out to help, all different ages. It was really beautiful to see.
The thing is, road engineers don't want you to have to do what Maritza Garibay and her friends did. A few counties over, we caught up with Brent Schlack and Adam Lape of the Washtenaw Road Commission. Brent is the county highway engineer, so kind of the organizational brain behind maintenance planning, and Adam's the director of operations, in charge of all the road crews. And here is road truth number 1 from Brent. We have a lot of road miles in Michigan.
The way we build our roads really hasn't changed much. It's mainly, we're trying to take the funding that we're allocated and trying to spread that funding as thin as possible to maintain all of our miles of road. And that's a challenge because a lot of our roadways are underfunded. Our roadway system is underfunded. We're having to take what we are given and trying to spread that as thin as possible.
Quick fact check here. Brent's not putting you on. A 2026 review by the Tax Foundation, a nonprofit, nonpartisan group which has zero stake in the road building business, found that Michigan is only raising 60% of its costs for highway spending in taxes. All right, road truth number 2. If it seems like crews are constantly out there working, it's because they kind of need to be. Here's Brent again.
So our construction season is very short, and so we have to put a lot of projects into a short window. That's why you see a lot of activity, particularly in the spring, summer, and fall months. And so then that looks like, gosh, there's, it's that construction season, right? All the barrels are coming out, and that's just the nature of where we're at.
Adam Lape had something to say about this too.
I think similar weather challenges for sure. In Wisconsin, Minnesota are the states we use to try to use some of their methods. Maintenance-wise, I feel that our just the state as a whole is good at maintenance. We maintain a lot of unpaved surfaces, which those 2 states have to maintain as well.
Footnote, I checked this out as well. Every year, the American Society of Civil Engineers does this report card on infrastructure across the 50 states. And guess what? The most recent ranking gave Minnesota and Ohio a D+ on their roads. Michigan got a D grade. And Wisconsin is in similar shape, a solid C. Now, Massachusetts, who you'd think would have all this on lockdown, 49% of its roads were listed in fair or poor condition. All this to say, maybe we need to stop this nonsense about how our neighboring states do so much better at maintaining roads than Michigan does. Now, time for road truth number 3. This is the one that really hit me between the eyes. In many parts of the mitten, our enemy is the weather, but not in the way that you think. Here's Adam.
Once a road surface freezes, especially an unpaved surface, once it freezes for the winter, it's essentially stable, and everything underneath it is solid. And so you're just kind of working and cleaning off and polishing the ice down, almost like an ice rink, and then slowly melts its way out in the springtime.
All that's well and good if you live up north, but think about most of the winters that we've had in southern Michigan lately.
Here in the lower part of the state of Michigan, it's a lot of up and down. So you have the freeze of the thaw, the freeze of the thaw.
That water will then find its way into a crack within that pavement, and then once it thaws, and then it'll refreeze, which then kind of breaks our, whenever things freeze, it expands, and so then it's breaking our road up.
So you have the freeze of the thaw, the freeze of the thaw. Those February, March, April months are sometimes challenging to take care of the roads because of that. The roads are constantly unstable and not suitable for some of the weight that we have.
Talking with Adam Lape and Brent Schlack about all these variables, I didn't really get a malevolence, like they were sending their crews out to look busy. If anything, they both had a kind of dad-coded, nerdy delight about fixing stuff that clearly needs attention.
I myself, I get kind of excited to know that I have a maintenance budget. I've worked, years previous where we didn't quite have the budget that we would like in other agencies. And so I know it is frustrating myself driving through it, but it excites me because that means we've finally bridged the gap and we're ahead of road work now, as opposed to roads previously would degrade to the point of no repair. And now we're so active on the roads, we may be out obstructing traffic a little more frequently than some people enjoy. Really just understand that, we're doing it for a good reason. We're trying to help as best we can. I think we try to share that often.
That's Adam Lape, Director of Operations, and Brent Schlack, Director of Engineering at the Washtenaw County Road Commission. The people on the road crews are obviously a big part of this story. But you can't even sink a shovel into the ground without getting a green light from Lansing. We're going to finish off with thoughts on what a huge issue road repairs are in state politics in just a moment. Sometime try counting up all the different agencies and boards that oversee road construction in Michigan. Your cities, your counties, the townships, the state. Oh, and all the work that gets done on federal roads by state government and by contractors. It's maybe a little easier to see why it feels like we're always in the midst of construction season. Michigan actually is making some progress on road conditions. After decades of spending less than we should have, governors and legislative leaders have increased the number of good condition roads by the single digits. And more repairs are coming. You might remember that Governor Whitmer ushered in a bond sale for road funding in 2020. And she and the legislature recently agreed on a $2 billion roads deal, which made some very important structural changes to gasoline taxes. So now, there are observers who believe that Michigan might finally dig its way out of this road maintenance pothole. But getting back to our original question, why has getting the roads fixed been so hard? If you had $1 for every time road maintenance came up in any room you were in discussion with in the Capitol, what kind of fabulous thing would you buy yourself? Is this like Jaguar money, or is this, really nice bottle of wine money?
It's more like decommissioned aircraft carrier money.
I was about to say it could, buy a few new roads for sure around my house. That would be nice.
These are two of my favorite students of what goes on in Lansing. Lauren Gibbons is a politics reporter at Bridge, Michigan. And Adrian Hemond, a longtime hand on political campaigns and with consulting, heads the agency Grassroots Midwest. How common is it to run into people who are in the lobbyist industry in Lansing who have something road-related in their portfolio, whether it's like surveying or road building or road maintenance or planning, something to do with that? Lauren, you go first.
It's pretty common. It's one of those issues that's periodically talked about, always comes up, especially in the last several years. We had Fix the Damn Roads come up over and over again, both in budget cycles and just as policy matters. So there are definitely a lot of folks in Lansing who make it a priority to care about how these roads get funded.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm struggling to think of a multi-client lobbying firm or a large PR firm in Lansing that doesn't have something that touches the roads, right? Either an industry group or a labor group, that builds them, or municipalities that are charged with maintaining them. Everybody has road-related clients, whether you're in PR, you're in lobbying, or you do what I do.
Is it true, you two, that political careers can really rise and fall on this stuff?
There's a lot of people who come to Lansing really hell-bent on fixing roads. It's not just in recent years. This has been over decades. a lot of people will hear from their constituents saying, my roads are bad. What are you going to do to fix it? And so a lot of lawmakers come to Lansing with that in mind. It's a lot harder than that because it's such an expensive prospect, because there are so many different issues around the state that cost a lot of money to fix, but also just to take creative solutions that aren't just throw more money at the problem.
Roads are always going to be an evergreen political issue. And that's partly because it's one of the things that government does that basically everyone interacts with. And it's especially true in Michigan, right? We're an automotive state. Almost everyone is using a car to get around at least some amount of the time, right? And you drive over a pothole, it's bad. The next politician you see, hey, what are you going to do about this, right? And ambitious politicians recognize this is an evergreen issue they can always go back to the well on, because everybody has a stretch of road that they hate, that they think is bad.
There are some pretty clear ground rules for dividing up the money that we spend on roads. Lauren, a couple years back, I know you wrote about this, how in the 1950s the state came up with this system, we call it Public Act 51 now, that divided it up. I mean, if we looked at road funding as a pie chart, can you sort of explain what the big pieces would be?
Yeah, so essentially part of this money goes to the state, part of this goes to county road commissions, which handle local county roads, and 22% roughly goes to municipalities, so city streets and the neighborhood roads that are often what people drive day to day. And part of the reason that it's so difficult to figure out how to fund roads best is because it doesn't exactly go to which roads are in the worst quality condition. It has to be split up using this formula. And there's a lot of urban-rural divides here where city lawmakers are frequently saying we need more funding for our city streets, but rural lawmakers don't want to lose the access that they have to this funding. It's just a kind of awkward way to divvy up this money, right? It's one of those issues where you can't just say, well, this road is going to get prioritized first because it's in the worst condition. They get pools of money and they have to determine what to do with it. That's often how MDOT goes about figuring out which projects down the line. And I should also mention that a lot of these commissions and MDOT and local road commissions as well, they spend years devising these plans based on the amount of money that they're allocated. And they have project schedules going 5-10 years in advance sometimes. So they have an idea of what roads need to be fixed. It's just how much money do they have, how much construction window for the weather and for the number of laborers available at any given time. There's a lot of factors that go into when the roads can get fixed.
The reason the issue will always be with us is that people will be driving on the roads, right? Elected officials set policy, elections are popularity contests, and this is a popularly important issue. As long as I'm doing politics for a living, I expect we'll be talking about it.
Lauren Gibbons of Bridge, Michigan, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
And Adrian Hemond of Grassroots Midwest, always nice to talk to you.
Yeah, great to be with you.
And there you have it. All the learnings about the damn roads. Special thanks to our listener, Sarah, for poking this bear. What are your unspeakable questions about Michigan things? No topic is too touchy. We'll take all your third rails right here. Or do you perchance have some crazy stories of your own about the one pothole that murdered my suspension? Or maybe a road near you that became a completely different experience once it was fixed? Send us your road stories. The address is onhand@michiganpublic.org. Or hit the link in today's podcast show notes to get to our easy online submission form. Email them to us at onhand@michiganpublic.org. Or hit the link in today's podcast show notes to get to our easy online submission form. Today's episode was produced by me, April Bear. Other producers for On Hand include Mike Blank, Ronia Kevin Sugg, Michelle Jokic-Polo, and April Van Buren. Our senior producer is Mercedes Mejia, and our executive producer is Laura Weber Davis. That's all for now. We'll see you next time.